Hey guys, this is gonna be a a video on Dwarf Baby Tears in a LowTech tank. As you might have heard online or at local experts, they might say that Dwarf Baby Tears will not grow well in a LowTech tank. They require a lot of light, nutrients, fertilizer, and CO2. Yeah, CO2. And what I have here is actually pretty much a LowTech tank. And look, runners everywhere. And look, this is a nursery tank, so yeah. So all I have in here is a DIY filter. I need to clean that out soon. And a DIY CO2, and it stopped working. It's not even diffusing any CO2. And look, still, hold on. Still a lot of runners. Plants hasn't even died yet. It's been like a week, and they're still green. They're staying compact. There are spraying runners everywhere. So I'm be expecting like a carpet in like the next month or two. So what my secret I think is the substrate. Yeah, I know. As you can see here, the substrate is just sand and laterite. I've I think what mine differs from most hobbyists is that one, my substrate, the plant substrate is on top. That might be a bad idea since it will leach nutrients into the water. Since laterite is supposed to be covered under the normal substrate like sand or gravel, but mine just got burrowed up by the fish, the currents, water changes, and right when they started surfacing, I bought a pot of Dwarf Baby Tears. So, being how Dwarf Baby Tears are the smallest implant you can buy, which means they also have the smallest, possibly the smallest roots. And yeah, they do have smallest roots. When I first got them out of the pot, the roots were like an inch, maybe half an inch long. And 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 since most plant substrate, most hobbyists put the plant substrate on the bottom, and then they cover it up with mostly gravel or sand, which means the Dwarf won't even get a chance to even let their roots absorb the nutrients from the plant substrate since they're so tiny. Mine being on top, which means their roots actually have a chance to touch the substrate and absorb it. Since plants absorb more nutrients from their roots than their leaves, this is probably why they're growing. Okay? But that's not all. I think that's like the main factor. The second factor is probably the fertilizer. What I'm currently using right now is Secam Flourish. I dose once a day, about half of the regular dosage that they recommend. And I also dose with API Leaf Zone. This is like for extra iron and potassium, since that's what they mostly contain. And I only dose half to a quarter of the recommended dosage, since you don't want an algae outbreak, which it's starting to have happened, but it's not that bad. So, plus this is only a nursery tank. And also the lights, of course, the lights. Yeah, you can't really grow any plants with like a watt to half a watts per gallon. This is pretty low tech since all I have is two 10-watt compact fluorescent. They're each around on a Kelvin scale of 6,500 K, so they're adequate, as you might say. They're not very high powered, being this is a 10-gallon. The watts are only 20 watts in total, so this makes it a low tech tank. Yeah, So yeah, so you can grow dwarf baby tears in low tech. All you need is just follow my technique, or at least try to, and experiment with it. So my technique is place your plant substrate at least close to the surface where the roots can actually attach. Okay? And dose with liquid fertilizer. Don't just dose it into the water. Dose it like get like one of these things at the syringe tube that most doctors use. I have these, like the doctor gave it to me. You can get it at like a pharmacist, I think. But anyways, you get the dosage you want for your aquarium, and you get like as close as you can to the plants, and you just start pumping it. Pump a little bit for each plant until you think it's covered. Remember, only dose about half to a quarter of the recommended dosage, or else you get an algae outbreak. So that being said, you do not need CO2 since look, mine stopped diffusing, and the water sucks since there's no filter, just a DIY filter, which filters are like a rate of 20 gallons per hour, which is like super low. So yeah, have fun with it, guys.